Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. In this one, the van is fresh from its MOT, which I was delighted. Saved a lot of money doing the work myself. Got him running. First time I drove him. Picked up a few other bits I'm not happy with and I'll need to work on, but you buy an 80s camper van, you're going to get that. You buy into that. So, this one is all about getting him prepared and ready to take the kids camping, which is ultimately why I bought him. Now, it's taken me away from my other projects at the moment because I just want to get out and enjoy the camping experience, and I have my list that I've run out of space with. Now, it's to get him up to the standard I want, it's going to take a while, so it's going to be a rolling restoration. I've done my first part of getting him legal to drive on the road, safe to drive on the road. The next stage, I guess, is getting him driving nice and good and making him a condition that we can go camping, initially short distances till we get used to the quirks and what we need to do, and then we can just spread out and add and build, because it's an expensive game for anyone that's involved in it. So I'll go through quickly my list, and I just plan on dipping in and out as I'm going through what I'm doing and what I'm finding. I'm absolutely no expert in this, I'm learning a lot as I go, and that's part of the fun, to be honest. So do not take these as a how-to video, these are a following my journey video and highlighting any points that someone might come across that's doing the same thing as me. And I always say my videos are interactive. Put in the comments your experiences, your problems, tell me if I said something wrong, because the comments are about as much as helping you guys as me waffling on. So, my first one was MOT fails, tick 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 tick, sorted. The gear selector adjustment. Now, I've done the full linkage in a previous video. That it still needs slight adjustment, so I need to get underneath and adjust it slightly. Mainly first. Everything else is fine. First is a little bit notchy. It's fine, it's drivable, but I like things to be perfect. Rear window seal, this one. So I got seal kit when I bought the van. It's not a great fit, it's the luxury one from Just Campers, but there's gaps of about 10mm at the corner, and I've got the seal on, I've got the window in, but the filler strip, and I'll show some videos, the filler strip is very tight, and when you try to get it in with the tool it's just popping out. So I think what I'm going to need to do is just take it out, measure, and I think I'm going to need to get some custom seals to go in, because it's I've had a few attempts at it now and it's just it's not wanting to go. So I need to look at that. I've been waiting on the rain stopping for that, but I think what I'm going to have to do is get it out, get some tarpaulin in, closed off, and basically get some new ones ordered. They're about £50, I've priced them up. Water in the engine bay. There's a bit of water in the engine bay, and the header tank was losing a little bit of water, so that was all replaced. So I need to see where that's leaking from. I couldn't determine when I seen it, I just seen there was water on some of the engine, so I need to find where that's coming from, and I wasn't sure at the time if it's coming from this window being out, leaking down, or if it's leaking from the actual coolant system, because it didn't look like coolant, it just looked like water. But I need to look a bit further into that, because when I drove him home the temperature light was flashing on, and then obviously when I checked it's because the header tank's quite low, or there might be a further issue. Again, I need to do digging. So yeah, I'll dip in and out with the small camera as I'm going, and oh, I've got an awning to try as well. So I'll try and get as much in as I can in this video. This is about me dipping in and out and getting him ready for camping. I don't want to make it about just me talking. I like to try and show things as I'm seeing them, and as I said before, it's about me looking back and seeing the memories, because kids grow up quick. So enjoy these things for yourself and for the kids while you can. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, I want to know if the gas stove works. So got no gas bottle here, however I do have one here that I got with my T2 Poppy. So I just need to get this changed over, this connected up, and I'll give it a go and see how it lights up. And we have gas. Nothing fancy like an automatic igniter, but the stove works as it should. The gas I've got is nearly finished and it's an old gas canister. I believe they're discontinued now. So yeah, I need to invest in a new canister. But that's fine. The purpose of this was to establish if this works, and success it does. So I've got 240 volts, I've got gas, so I've got electricity and I've got gas, so we're definitely eating. If there's one job on cars, vans, whatever, I hate doing, I really hate doing, it's rubber window seals. And this needs a rubber window seal. So this temporary tarp, I've had in a few days, measured the window, measured the aperture, measured the sizes and stuff, and I've basically ordered from Seals Direct the correct, hopefully the correct size rubber. So that's my plan today. While it's sunny, I'm going to get that put in, and I'll see where I go from there. Like I say, not one of my most favourite jobs. I'm not going to cover it on camera. I'm hoping it's going to go without issue, but it never has before. Okay, back for another day, and I did start looking at this the other day to see if I could get some of the issues resolved with the gear linkage and the poor gear changes. What I found when I tried to adjust this and tighten it down is that the threads weren't allowing it to be tightened properly, and it was getting to a certain point and it wasn't tightening anymore. Meaning every time I changed gear this was moving like this, which not saying is the full problem, but it's definitely not going to help with the gear changing. So this is where I'm going to start. So what I need to do, I need to get this off, I need to go underneath, undo the linkage, undo the underside of this plate, get this plate off, and I need to get a look at the bolts, and it looks like I'm going to renew the bolts. So that's my first mission today. I've removed the spare wheel carrier and I've got the box off underneath. So this is the plate I need access to, these two bolts here that are stripped. So I'm going to get the gear linkage off by these two nuts here, get that out, this will hang loose, and then I can just lift this out and get a better look when it's on the bench. I have put new bolts on, welded on the back, and as you can see, a new coat of paint. So I'm battling the rain and I'm also battling the wind, jumping in and out between, but I'm basically going to get this now back on, get the gear stick back in, and get it all sort of tightened up, and then I can look at the adjustments from there. Right, so let's go through them again. So neutral, first, second, third, fourth. So you can see in first and third, this is just coming off, so I'm going to have to try and get this down a bit to see that, and then I can move forward and look at the adjustments at the front. So pull this down a bit more, and we'll go for it again. First, second, third, fourth. Yep, so you can see now this is located a lot better, so I'm happy with it at the back. Back in neutral, and it's sitting straight all the way down, so now I can move forward to check the adjustment at the front. Okay, so underneath the van I have spent quite a bit of time adjusting the linkage. So I've got this to a place where I'm happy here, just by moving this way a wee bit. seems to give me better gears, and I've twisted it. Basically a twisting motion here, very fine twisting motion, moves it at the front of the van. Now I'll take you there and show you. So it's been a case of back and forward, testing the gears, and yeah, I'm happy with where they are just now. So this is now tightened up. So sitting in neutral, this measurement here measures 23mm, which it is to do on this van, and if you can see, this ear here on the linkage is between the two grooves on the box. Now it's taken a bit of time to get that, but basically when you twist the shaft where I just showed you, by twisting it, it moves it one way or the other. So when you twist that, it moves this either that way or that way, and yeah, that's its resting point there, which works for me. So I'll be able to test it better when the van's down and it's off its axle stands, and when it's driving. That'll give me a better idea of if we're going to need to do stuff with the clutch or if it was the gear linkage. But while I'm under the van, I have got a temperature sensor to replace, which I'm just going to do just now. So my coolant leak is coming from there. That is the temperature sensor that goes to the manifold heater, I believe. There's the clip that comes off there, you see the green part, and there's an O-ring under there, and this connector needs to come off, so you can see it's obviously leaking past the O-ring. They are about £1.20 or something like that for an O-ring, but the sensors are only about £5, so I'm going to get a new clip, a new sensor and a new O-ring. I'll just need to order them and I'll fit them when they come. But yeah, you can see it dripping there, it's losing quite a bit, and that's what caused my flashing water light to come on, because basically I lost so much water it dropped below the level and told me I had low water coolant levels. So yeah, that is on the list. I'll need to order those parts today. So I have a new sensor. I just got a sensor. As far as I'm aware, this one is perfectly fine. The reason for the leak is the seal. So basically it's just a push fit, seal goes over there. It's a push fit and then it's held in by the clip, so it's just basically going to be a straightforward pull one out, try and catch as much coolant as I can and put this one back in and get it tightened up. And we'll have a look at the old seal once it comes off, just to compare. That wasn't too bad, I didn't lose too much coolant, but naturally I missed the bowl. So yeah, here's the one that came out. See, if I take it off, the seal is just flattening out at some points, just enough to let the water seep out. And obviously the more pressure on that, the more coolant comes out. So yeah, that was under £2. I love those easy cheap fixes. The sensor, like I says, worked fine to my knowledge, but it was, I think it was £8 to replace, so I'll keep that as a spare. I never throw these things away unless I know they're broken. And we'll have a quick look under the van, but that's another one I can tick off the list. And I didn't break the metal clip taking it off, so bonus. So there we go, direct replacement, leak free. And I think at that I'm now ready to get him off the ramps and do a little test drive just to check the gear linkage. I'll do that tomorrow because I'm going to just keep an eye on this. I'll check this in the morning just to make sure there's no leaks. Just also to add, for those that have got a keen eye, a bit of research because I'm learning with these engines as I go. This sensor and the coolant sensor are the wrong way around, I'm led to believe. They both take the same temperature, but I believe the blue sensor is to be round this side, up there, and the black sensor should be here. But as I'm noticing with this engine, there's a few things that have been put back in different places or not where there should be, but I didn't want to disturb the other one while it's not leaking, so for functionality wise, this one's staying where it is. Okay, you coming? Got dogs and kids today. So basically, this awning is one I got with my T2. No instructions, never built it. It should attach to Lucky Bunzo, so I'm going to get him up to see if we're going to be able to use him for camping, because these things are not cheap to buy. And this one from Just Campers you can't buy anymore. I think you can buy the outside sheet and that's it. So yeah, rather find out now than when we're away and can't use it then. So yeah, I'll come back once we've fought our way through and tried to get it up before the rain comes, which I can feel spots of just now. And it's up. A good size. It's not all pegged down, it's just to see what was there and what's needed and what's missing. I don't even know if they sell these anymore, but it is a Royal Traveller 3, so it's not the one I actually thought it was. Decent size. I think when I got this they told me there was a slight rip, which could be this bit here. That's fine. Good size in here. It's not been used much. It's had a smell of smoke on it because the previous owners were smokers, so I'm hoping that will go. I ordered these clips a while ago, so I've got the clip on here. Again, it needs tightened up and things like that. There is a draft bit that goes along the bottom, which is here. It's quite short though, so I probably need to invest in another one if we keep this one. So what's missing? The biggest thing that's missing for us is a sleeping tent. We really need a sleeping tent in here for the kids. So I'll need to do a bit of digging, and I'll need to see if that's something they sell, or if it's been discontinued, because otherwise it'll be handy to be used as just a kind of awning type gazebo, but we're looking for one to be sleeping in. But other than that, yeah. What do you think? Camera shy again. So yeah, so that's another thing ticked off the list, and more research. I can now get back to the repairs I need to get camping. Don't know how sensitive the camera is, but naturally, as soon as I started putting it up, it started raining. Always to be expected. But yeah, leave this up for a bit, and yeah, get it down, and like I say, if I can get a tent bit, ground sheet, bits and pieces, great. If not, for sleeping purposes, I may have to start looking for another. What I need to do now is the big one, it's the clutch. The gear linkage and that's all fine. The clutch biting point and the clutch slipping is the big issue, and that's the main thing between me and camping. Camping is booked for the summer, just a few days local just to get the kids away, so the clutch has to be done, and that's what I'm going to focus on in the next few videos. So I will end that one there. I'll say thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers!